So I just got back from seeing Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and not gonna spoil anything, but god damn it, it's fucking great. It was corny as fuck, and I went to go see it alone, and that's probably why I was just kind of like, I felt embarrassed, I guess. And it's probably because of the fact that like everybody else that was in the theater was accommodated with like children. I was just kind of like that one weirdo guy in the movie theater that was just sitting there, that just watching fucking Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm in my 30s, by the way. And I honestly couldn't tell who was having more fun, the kids or their parents, because the parents were obviously fans of Sega or just fans of Sonic in general, so they were catching the references like the same time I was. So whenever like a reference pop up, like that's from the game or one of the games, and the little kids would be like, "Oh my god, that's so cool!" Idris Elba fucking killed it. I knew he would. I was never really too big of an Idris Elba fan. I mean, I like the guy, but it is what it is. Um, Sonic was great. Tails was great. Jim Carrey, obviously, Jim Carrey was great. Uh, it's kind of a shame because Jim Carrey was talking about retiring, so I don't know if he's going to be back for the third movie. The third movie is clearly set up from the mid-credit scene, so if you watch this movie, stick around for that. There's no end-credit scene, but there is a mid-credit scene, so watch that. Not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but for a video game movie, this is definitely a 10 out of 10. If I was to rate this for a movie on its own, I would probably give it like a 6 out of 10, and that's just, I mean, it was good. Like, it was great. I have nothing really to complain about, I guess, unless you just want to take, like, there's this whole, it's not really a spoiler, but there's like this whole Hawaii wedding thing that's going on, and you're just kind of like, okay, like, this doesn't have to exist in the movie, like, at all. Because, like, it just feels like they didn't really know what to do with the human characters this time around, which they're kind of not in the movie as much as they were in the first one, which is good. But, they're still there, so it's just kind of like, all right. I mean, I feel like they could have made a couple appearances like they did in the first movie, just not exist any longer than that. They kind of overstayed their welcome, and that's where a lot of the cringe came from. But you remove that element, and the movie I would have probably give it like a good 7, maybe an 8 out of 10. But the humans kind of brought it down with the whole Hawaii wedding thing, and I was just like, oh my god. Like, I was like, can we please get past this part? There was a few times I did look at my phone in the movie theater, but it was just because people were messaging me. I never really felt the need to watch the time on my clock just to see like how long is this movie. The movie, I think, is at like 2 hours and 3 minutes. It did not feel like it was 2 hours and 3 minutes. They did do Knuckles justice. So if you're a fan of Knuckles from like the earlier games, whenever he was actually like a cool character before the writers kind of fucked him up, you're gonna like it. You're gonna get a lot out of that, and you're gonna be happy about it. I saw a review earlier where somebody said that this is the Godfather 2 video game movies, and I was just kind of like, I wish I was the one that said that because that's really fucking true. I don't know if I like this one better than the first one, but I am a big Knuckles fan. I've always been a big Knuckles fan since like back in the day. I actually had a Knuckles plushie back in like the days when Pokemon Gold and Silver came out, and it was like one of my favorite toys, even though I was like 11 or 12 or whatever. I was like 10 or 11, yeah. And one of my old friends from school actually stole it from me, and he left me a Piccolo action figure from Dragon Ball Z, and that was his way of making up for the fact that he stole Knuckles from me. And Knuckles was always my favorite up until Shadow showed up, but I'm still probably a bigger Knuckles fan than I would be of Shadow. I really like Knuckles, and I feel like the Sonic Boom era of video games kind of ruined it. The one main thing I kept thinking about when I was watching this movie is it's a fucking shame that Chris Chan's never going to probably see this movie. And I kept waiting to see if they were going to make a reference to him with Sonic Chew or even Uganda Knuckles, and that never shows up at all. Like, I was very disappointed about the lack of Uganda Knuckles, which, if you didn't know, that is my favorite meme. That's how much I love Knuckles. I will get a Uganda Knuckles tattoo on my body at some point. I don't know when. It's coming. It will be, showing that off once I get that. I did think about getting a Sonic Shoe tattoo for Chris. We'll see about that. I'm still up for it. So it is what it is. But yeah, for Sonic the Hedgehog, 10 out of 10 for video games movies. My personal score, I give it a 6 out of 10. Still enjoyable, never bored. Corny as hell, but that's what it's about, right? So that's my review. Thank you guys for watching. Goodbye.